8 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H were seated around a circular table facing the center. They enacted different roles in a play among Gabbar, Mausi, Jay, Veeru, Basanti, Sambha, Thakur and Ramlal, not necessarily in the same order, right? So all characters of the blockbuster Sholay. Anyway, so 8 persons, 8 different roles. The best part is all of them are facing center. So one problem is solved. We don't have to deal with people facing center and outwards at the same time, right? All of them are facing center means what? The left should always be taken in the clockwise direction and right has to be taken in the anti-clockwise direction. So all you have to do is arrange the 8 persons and find out the roles of each of these persons. So let me draw a circle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the 8 positions. Now, depending on the clues here, we'll have to take possibilities as and when the case arises and see which one satisfies all the conditions. The first clue: D was seated third to the right of E's neighbor who enacted Thakur's role. D was seated third to the right of E's neighbor who enacted Thakur's role. So basically D was third to the right of Thakur. See, Thakur is E's neighbor. D was actually seated third to the right of E's neighbor who enacted Thakur's role. So E's neighbor was Thakur and D was third to the right of Thakur. Don't get confused. D was not third to the right of E. D was third to the right of E's neighbor who was Thakur. So basically it says D was third to the right of Thakur and Thakur's neighbor was E. So if you want, you can start with it. You will get 2 possibilities in my view. Like for example, let's say this is Thakur. Okay, D was third to the right of Thakur. D was seated third to the right of Thakur, right? Third right of Thakur. So third to right of Thakur. Right of Thakur is anti-clockwise. So first, second and third, D comes here. But the point is, Thakur was E's neighbor. E's neighbor who enacted Thakur's role. So Thakur was E's neighbor, meaning what? E can either come here or here. There are 2 possibilities. So what I'll do is I'll actually duplicate this. Let me duplicate this circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is number 1, let me say, and this is number 2. Okay, so D comes here, Thakur as it is. I'm duplicating it first of all, and then E. Let me take E in this position in one case and in this position in the other case. So E is Thakur's neighbor, right? So either left neighbor of Thakur or right neighbor of Thakur. So the first point is done basically. Yeah. Next, the ones who acted as Thakur and Ramlal were seated at a gap of 1. Now Thakur is already placed in the circle. So this is useful, right? The one who acted as Thakur and Ramlal was seated at a gap of 1. So between Thakur and Ramlal, there was 1 person. Now there is again multiple possibilities. What are the possibilities? Between Thakur and Ramlal, there was 1 person. So Thakur is here. Ramlal can either come here or he can come here. Thakur gap Ramlal or Thakur gap Ramlal. Similarly here also Thakur gap Ramlal, Thakur gap Ramlal. Now if you want to not get confused, what you can do is immediately duplicate the existing 2 cases, case number 1 and case number 2. Take Ramlal in the two possibilities that we have and continue with all 4 of them. Or for that matter, what I'll do is, for now I'll say Ramlal can either come here or here. RL is Ramlal, so let me take RL dash and RL, or RL and, I mean basically either RL or RL dash. These are the positions of Ramlal. Similarly in the second case also, Ramlal either comes here or here. These are the 2 positions. The Ramlal will take one of these 2 positions. There is no third choice for Ramlal. Okay. Now, read the next point. See what happens. Next point says, the one who acted as Ramlal was opposite to A, whose neighbor acted as Basanti. Okay. Now the third point here, if you observe, is connected with Ramlal, and Ramlal's position itself is not fixed. He says the one who acted as Ramlal was opposite to A. Ramlal was opposite to A. Meaning what? If you take Ramlal's position as RL dash, then A will come here. A dash. And if you take Ramlal's position as RL, then A comes here. Because Ramlal and A are opposite to each other. Ramlal was opposite to A. Ramlal was opposite to A. Here also, if you take RL dash as Ramlal's position, A will come here. So RL dash and A dash is one pair, or RL and A is the other pair. You getting it? Ramlal opposite A. Ramlal opposite A. So RL dash A dash is one pair, or RL A is the other pair. Similarly in the case 1 also, these are the 2 pairs. And moreover, we know that A's neighbor is Basanti. The one who acted as Ramlal was opposite to A, whose neighbor, who here refers to A, whose neighbor acted as Basanti. So A's neighbor is Basanti. Now A's position itself is not fixed. If A comes here, either E could be Basanti or this person will be Basanti. if A comes here in this position, either D is Basanti or this person is Basanti. Again leads to multiple positions for Basanti. So I think now that we are like, see, Ramlal's position is not fixed, 2 possibilities. A's position is not fixed, 2 possibilities. Within that again Basanti's 2 possibilities is too much of confusion, right? Unless something else is given concretely. I mean, let's quickly read the other statements as well. If something is given confirm with respect to E or with respect to Thakur or with respect to D, we can plot it. Otherwise, I think we'll have to duplicate 1 and 2 and try with 4 possibilities. So look at the next point. G was exactly between B and the one who acted as J. G was between B and J. Neither B is marked, nor G is marked, nor J is marked. So this point is not useful. F acted as Sambha and his neighbor acted as Veeru. F acted as Sambha, neighbor acted as Veeru, again not useful because F, Sambha, Veeru, none of these 3 are marked. The one who acted as Veeru was second to the right of the one who acted as Gabbar. Again, this is talking about Veeru and Gabbar. Neither Veeru nor Gabbar have been marked. H and the one who acted as Sambha were at a gap of 1. This time he talks about H and Sambha. The gap was 1. Now neither H is marked nor Sambha is marked. So again this point also is not useful. G's neighbor was opposite to D's neighbor. Now G's neighbor was opposite to D's neighbor. Understand, this also is not a very useful information. While D is already placed in the arrangement in this position, this information will give us multiple positions for G. Because it is not for G and D, it is for G's neighbor and D's neighbor. He says G's neighbor was opposite to D's neighbor. Now who are D's neighbor? D's neighbor can either be this or this. These are opposite to G's neighbor, meaning what? If you consider this as D's neighbor, opposite to D's neighbor is this. This was G's neighbor, so G has to come here or here. You're able to follow? Similarly, if you consider this neighbor of D, opposite is this, and this neighbor is G's neighbor, so G can either come here or here. So multiple positions for G, you understand? So that also is not very useful. A and C did not sit together. A and C did not sit together, again cannot be done anything because A's position itself is not fixed. So if you observe, after doing whatever plotting we have done so far, no other piece of information is useful because he is always talking about new persons. All the statements have got some new person here. These are not interconnected statements. So what we can better do is duplicate 1, duplicate 2 like this and try out the possibilities like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me take case number 3. Or you can actually say 1 dash because 1 dash is a duplicate of 1. Hearing me? Or 1A, whatever. Easy reference. 1A, and this is another set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 2A. What we'll do is first we'll duplicate 1 into 1A. So D, Thakur and E are fixed. In 2A again D, E and Thakur are fixed. You're getting it? So if you see 1 and 1A, 2 and 2A are same. Now we'll consider this. So in case number 1, let's take RL and A. So this is Ramlal and this is A. In case number 2, let's take RL dash and A dash. So this is Ramlal and here is A. Right? Similarly, case number 2 and 2A, right? In case number 2, let's take Ramlal here and A here. In case number 2A, let's take Ramlal in this position and let's take this as A. You're able to follow? What have we done? There were 2 possibilities of Ramlal and A. We are fixed both. So here we have taken A and Ramlal. In the other one, we have taken Ramlal on this side and A on this side. They were opposite to each other basically. Similarly, in 1 and 1A also, Ramlal, A. This side we have taken Ramlal and opposite is A. So 2 more persons are fixed now. So at least some more information. Now for the sake of clarity, I'll just clear this up so that we don't get confused further, right? All this was initial markings for possible positions of Ramlal and A. Now, let's try to connect the gaps. So the ones who acted as Thakur and Ramlal were seated at a gap of 1. So Thakur and Ramlal were seated at a gap of 1. That point has been used now. You see, in every case, 1, 1A, 2, 2A, Thakur and Ramlal are at a gap of 1. So this point has been used. Yeah. The one who acted as Ramlal was opposite to A. This point has also been used. Ramlal was opposite to A has been used. Whose neighbor acted as Basanti? A's neighbor acted as Basanti, which means what? Basanti will either be here or here. These are the only 2 possible positions of Basanti. I am taking Basanti as BT, by the way, right? Similarly, in case 2, Basanti can come here or here. In case 1A, Basanti can be this or this. and in 2A Basanti can be D or E. Right? Again, no point in duplicating each case now. 1B, 2B, 1C, 2C, and taking the respective positions of Basanti. That will make the life even more complex, right? So let's understand that point number 3 has been considered. There are multiple possibilities for Basanti's position. Now, G was exactly between B and the one who acted as J. G was exactly between B and J. Now G, B, J, nobody has been marked, so no point in using it. F acted as Sambha. F acted as Sambha and his neighbor acted as Veeru. Now F, Sambha, Veeru, nothing has been marked, so forget about it. Let's try something else. The one who acted as Veeru was second to the right of the one who acted as Gabbar. The one who acted as Veeru was second to the right of the one who acted as Gabbar. Not very useful. H and the one who acted as Sambha wasted a gap of 1. Try this one. You see, H and the one who acted as Sambha. Who acted as Sambha? See, F acted as Sambha. We know that F acted as Sambha. So here, H and the one who acted as Sambha. See, who acted as Sambha? F. So I can say H and F wasted a gap of 1. There was a gap of 1 between H and F. H dash F or F dash H. H dash F or F dash H. Let's try to fix this. Let's try to fix this in the 4 possible arrangements. I mean, see if it is helpful or not. I'm not sure, but let's try that. Yeah. Or you can use this point also. He says G was exactly between B and the one who acted as J. G was exactly between B and the one who acted as J. How do you pictorially represent this? It will be G. It will be B G J or J G B. You understand? G was between B and J. So B, G and J, or J, G, B. You see, both the cases G was exactly between B and J. G was exactly between B and J. So we can try with any one. Right? We can try with anyone we want. Or maybe if you want, you can use the last point also. G's neighbor was opposite to D's neighbor. See, D's position is fixed now, right? So we can maybe fix G's position. He says G's neighbor. I mean, I'm considering all the possibilities like this one, and this one. We'll see which has to be used. G's neighbor was opposite to D's neighbor. See, who are D's neighbors? D's neighbors are these 2 positions. Now these are opposite to these 2 positions where I have put tick mark are opposite to G's neighbor. I mean, you're getting it. G's neighbor was opposite to D's neighbor. So these are D's neighbors. These are the opposite positions for G's neighbor. You understand my point? For example, if you take this tick mark, opposite position is this. This was G's neighbor. This is a very, very important point. I think let's use this because they'll be giving us two positions for G. I'm using this point now. G's neighbor was opposite to D's neighbor. D's neighbors are these 2 positions. Opposite positions are these 2. Now these positions are neighbors of G. G's neighbor was opposite to D's neighbor. Now if you take this one and say this is a neighbor of G, G should come here because this is already blocked by E, so G has to come here. So this is one possible position for G. If you take this as D's neighbor, who was opposite to G's neighbor, that means this becomes opposite to G's neighbor, D's neighbor. And this position was the neighbor of G. So G should either come here or here. But this place is already blocked by E, so G can come here. Let me take G dash. Or G and G. I mean, these are the 2 possible positions of G. You're getting it? See, you have to deal with this complexity. Otherwise, it is giving us multiple answers each time. You're able to follow? These are the 2 possible positions of G. I hope all of you have understood. G's neighbor was opposite to D's neighbor. These are the 2 positions of D's neighbors. Opposite positions are these ones. This and this. Now, according to the question, these positions are neighbors of G. One of these 2 is neighbors of G. So, if I take this one, if this is a neighbor of G, G has to come here because this is already E. And if this is the neighbor of G, then G has to come here because this is already E. You're able to follow? So, G and G dash, these are the 2 possible positions of G. Similarly, if I take the case number 2, D's neighbors are these 2 positions. Their opposite positions are these 2 positions. And these 2 positions are neighbors of G, which means G either has to come here because this is E, and G either has to come here. For this position, G has to come here. I hope all of you are following the point, right? G's neighbor is opposite to D's neighbor. These are the neighboring positions of D. Opposite positions are these. These are G's neighbors. So if this is G's neighbor, G can come here or here. If this is G's neighbor, G can come here or here, but this is already blocked by E, so G can come here. So two positions for G. So G and Basanti will come here, or G and Basanti will come here. It's like that. Or G can come here and Basanti can come here. That also is possible. Right? Does not mean that G and Basanti are together. You never know whether G herself is Basanti or somebody else. We don't know. Similarly, let's do that understanding for 1A and 2A as well. Right? 1A and 2A. So these are D's neighbors. Opposite positions are these. This has to be G's neighbor. So G either comes here, or this side is E, or G comes here. These are the two possible positions for G. Similarly, D's neighbors are these two positions. Opposite are these two positions. So either G is this one or G is this one. You're getting it? So if you see case number 1, the two possible positions of G are this. Case number 2, the two possible positions of G are this. G and G dash, let me say. Case number 1A, two possible positions of G are this. G and G dash. Case number 2A, G and G dash. I mean, one of these two are correct basically. That's what I mean to say. Yeah? So this point has been used basically. We have used this point. G's neighbor was opposite to D's neighbor. You can actually check now. G's neighbor. Who is G's neighbor here? This person is opposite to D's neighbor. Right? Or if you take G at this position, G's neighbor here, I mean if you take G as this position, G's neighbor is A, who's opposite to D's neighbor. Similarly, you can verify that in the other cases as well. You're able to follow. If you take this is G's position, G's neighbor, who is G's neighbor here? Thakur. Thakur is opposite to D's neighbor, you see. Or if you take G as this position, who is G's neighbor here? G's neighbor here is Ramlal. Ramlal is opposite to D's neighbor. That's the point. So we have got two possible positions for G. Again, these 4 cases can be converted to 8. You can duplicate all the 4, take 8 cases and fix one position for G. But that will be too much. You know that we don't have so much time in the exam. So now we'll have to use the other points here. Like for example, for example, you understand, we know that one of the neighbors of G is J and the other neighbor is B. Now that we have talked so much about G, let's continue with this point, right? G was exactly between B and J. G was exactly between B and J means what? The neighbors of G are B and J. Neighbors of G are B and J. One neighbor is B, the other neighbor is J. Right? So one neighboring position of G should be J, the other neighboring position of B should be of G should be B. Now if you look at case number 1, can G come in this position? No. Because if you take G in this position, the neighbors are Ramlal and Thakur. I know that G's neighbor should be J. Both the characters are not J. One character is Ramlal, the other character is Thakur, which means G cannot come here. If G cannot come here, then definitely G has to come here. Yes or no? One of the neighbors of G should be J. Here we have Ramlal and Thakur, so G cannot come here. So G has to come here. And if G comes here, I also know that one of the neighbors of G was B. This side if it is A, then this side it has to be B. Now which one is J, we can't say. Is A playing the role of J or B playing the role of J? That cannot be said. But definitely B comes here because G is a neighbor of. Achha, we can in fact also confirm that A is J because this is B. A has to play the role of J. Yes or no? G's position is fixed now. G cannot come here because G is between Ramlal and Thakur. G has to be between J and A. So while one of these can be A, who will be J? J is not possible. So G has to come here. Since this side it is A, this side should be B. And if this is B, then A has to play the role of J. Now try to do the same thing for case 2, 3, case 2, 1A, 2A also. Right? Where can G come? For example, if I take G's position as G here, B has to come in this position and A should play the role of J, like what we have done here. But if I take the G's position as G dash, then Thakur will be B and A will be J. You're able to follow? In either cases, I can say that A is playing the role of J. You're able to follow? G's position is still not fixed. Like case 1, in case 2, we cannot fix the position of J. But what I can definitely say is, if G comes here, this should be B because B cannot come this side. And if this is B, then this is J. Similarly, if G comes here, in this position, B cannot come here, B has to come here. But then this has to be the position of J because this is Thakur. So either cases, whether G comes here or here, J should be played by A. B's position is not fixed here. So at least some clarity has come. J's position is fixed. Similarly, try 1A. Where can G come? If you take G in this position, B will be coming here and A will become J. If we take G in this position, then this should be J and Ramlal will become B. So multiple possibilities. 1A is not very useful. I mean, we cannot do anything in 1A. Try 2A. Can G come in G dash position? No. Because if you take G in G dash position, neighbors are Ramlal and Thakur. I know that G's neighbor should be J, but none of them is J. So G cannot come in G dash position. G has to come here. If G comes here, I know that neighbor of G is J. Since this is Ramlal, this has to be J. And since this is J, the other neighbor has to be B. So B is Ramlal. So B is Ramlal and J comes here. You getting it? So with respect to 1 and 2A, we have been able to do something. But 2 and 1A are still lying like that. At least in 2 I have fixed the position of J. In 1A I am not even able to do that. Right? Now try to use the other points. So still this point is not completely used. G was exactly between B and J has not been used. Right? But other things have been fixed. So, I mean, only in 1 and 2A we have been able to fix the position of G. And accordingly the position of J and B. J and B. But in case 2 only J's position had got fixed. G's position is not fixed. And in case 1A, shall we use this H dash F? See if H dash F can be fixed somewhere. If I take case number 1, if you see E, A, G, B, D are fixed. These 3 positions are vacant. Since it has to be H dash F, it's obvious that H and F will take Ramlal and Thakur in some order. Yes or no? Either Ramlal will be H slash F or Thakur will be F slash H. Yes or no? Because they are alternate, right? H dash F or F dash H. But I know that F played the role of Sambha. I also know that F played the role of Sambha, right? Who acted as Sambha? F acted as Sambha. Here, if I take F in this position, it goes wrong because F is Thakur. Yes or no? Similarly, if I take F in this position, this also is wrong because here F is Ramlal, but actually F is Sambha. So case number 1 is wrong. So the one which got completed so far, I mean maximum completion was done, that itself is wrong. You're able to follow? I am planning to fix H dash F. H dash F, the only possibility is Ramlal and Thakur. But in either case, whether F is Thakur or F is Ramlal, F cannot be Sambha. So case 1 is wrong because F has to be Sambha. Similarly, try out case 2A. Maybe this also will help us. H dash F, right? So what are the vacant positions? I think this is definitely wrong. Case number 2A is also wrong. Why is 2A wrong? See, we have D, A, E. We have B and G in these 2 positions. If you want H dash F, the only vacant positions are 1, 2 and 3. If H comes here, suppose if H comes here, F should either come here or here, both of which are blocked by A and B. So H cannot come there. If H comes in this position, you're able to follow. If you take H in this position, F should either come here or here, both of which are not possible. So H cannot come there. If I take H here, F should either come here, not possible, or F should come here, not possible. So H cannot come there. If I take H in this position, F should either come here, not possible, or F should come here, but this also is not possible because this is B. H cannot come here. So H cannot come in any of the 3 places, which means this also is wrong. So the 2 which we were able to complete, where maximum completion was done, have been proven to wrong. So some clarity at least. Now now only 2 cases are left out. So try out H dash F there. H dash F, see if it is possible. H dash F. I need alternate positions for H and F. Alternate positions are available. If you observe, here also alternate positions are not available. The only positions which are vacant are, you see all these circles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yeah, so H and F, H and F. Yeah, so if you take case number 2, there is some clarity. I'll tell you how. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 positions are left out. We know that H and F will be in alternate meaning there will be a gap of 1. Now, one possibility is H and F will be Ramlal and Thakur, because there is a gap of 1% between Ramlal and Thakur. But again, the problem is we know that F acted as Sambha. So you cannot take F in Thakur's position, you cannot take F in Ramlal's position. So these two positions are ruled out for F, which means F and H cannot be taking these two positions. The other possibility is H and F will take these two positions, and in between them D comes. There is no other possibility, or this also is possible. So let me use a different coloring to help you explain what I am trying to do here. While there are multiple possibilities, only one will be correct. I'll tell you how to fix that. It is looking a little clumsy, so I have to clear it up. Yeah. See, understand that the 4 positions which are vacant in case number 2, the 4 positions which are vacant are these: 1, 2, 3, and 4. H and F have to be alternate. I mean, there should be a gap of 1 between H and F. Now, what are the possibilities? Maybe these two. Yes or no? H and F can take these two positions, in between D comes. Or H and F can take these two positions, in between A comes. Achha, this position is also vacant. These are the vacant positions. Or H and F can take these two positions, in between E comes. Any other possibility? No. Yes or no? This is Ramlal. You understand? This is Ramlal. So H and F will either be on the either sides of D, or H and F will be on the either sides of A, or H and F will be on the on either sides of E. There is no other possibility. Yeah, you are getting it? Now I can rule out these two positions for H and F. Why? Because if H and F take Ramlal and Thakur, F cannot be Sambha, but F has to be Sambha. If you take F here, you're getting it. Let me not, I mean, to make it simple, I mean, I'm sure some of you have been able to follow, but for others who are confused, let's focus for one person. Let's focus for F. There are 5 positions available for F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 tick marks. Now, can F come in this place, Thakur's place? No, because F is Sambha. So this is ruled out for F. Can F comes in Ramlal's place? No, because F is Sambha, F cannot come here. Can F come here? Yes. If F comes here in this place, H has to come on this side, or H has to come on this side. But H cannot come here because this is A. So the only possibility is F comes here, H comes here. So keep that in mind. F is possible here. F is possible here. F comes here, then H has to come here. F and H. Right? That's one thing. Can F come here? If F comes here, H should either come here, not possible, or H should come here, not possible. No, H should come here. So this is the other possibility. F dash, H dash. The problem in taking F dash and H dash is, see, I know that G can either come here or here. If I fix these two places for F and H, where will G come? There is no place available for G. You're getting it? If I take F dash, H dash as positions of F and H, or H and F, it can be F dash, H dash, or H dash, F dash. Either way, what happens? The only places available for G are getting blocked. So F and H cannot take these two positions. So F cannot take this position means H cannot take this position. Can F come here? If F comes here, H should either come here, which is not possible, or H should go here, which also is not possible. So in the full arrangement, the only possibility for F and H is this two. So that can be fixed. I'll clear all the unnecessary stuff. Right? So the only place where F can come is this one, and H has to come here. F comes here and H comes here. Right? And F of course is Sambha. Okay, case 2, some clarity is it. Now try in case 1A. Positions available for F are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Can F come in Thakur's place? No, F is Sambha. Can F come here? If F comes here, H should either be here or here. That also is not possible because this is E and this is D. Right? So 2 places are ruled out. Can F come here? No. If F comes here, H should come here or here. So that's possible. F can come in this position. H comes in place of Ramlal's position. Possible. Can F come here? If F comes here, H should come here. D not possible. Or H should come here. D not possible. F cannot come here. Or maybe F comes here. If F comes here, No, F cannot come here because this is Ramlal. That's it. So the only place where F can come here is this. So with respect to 1A also, F and H are fixed. So let me clear all the unnecessary stuff. How are we able to fix F in this position? Because I know that F cannot be in Ramlal's position, F cannot be in Thakur's position, because F is playing the role of Sambha. F is Sambha. Okay, F and H are fixed. F and H are fixed. G is still not fixed. Okay, now what else is there? So case 2 and 1A are only considered. A, D, F, E, H. A, D, F, E, H. So A, D, F, E, H are fixed. Left out are B, C, and G. B, C, and G. Now, where will these guys come? Anything else that we know? So H and F, who acted as Sambha, were seated at a gap of 1. This point is done. So let me put a tick mark here. A and C do not sit together. Okay, if you look at case number 2, I know that A and C do not sit together. Look at this, A and C do not sit together. So A is here, C cannot come in these two positions because C should not be sitting with A. So the only place where C can come is this one, because otherwise C will become neighbor of A. I cannot do that in 1A because C cannot come here, C can come here or C can come here. There are two possibilities. The one who acted as Veeru was second to the right of the one who acted as Gabbar. Acha, why is that B, G, J and not fixed here? B, G and J. Yeah, I think let's use this point now. B, G, J, right? See, the J's position is fixed here. If J is here, after J, I mean the neighbor of J is G. So G either comes here or here. Now if you take G in this position, this should be B, not possible. Understand, case number 2 is coming out to be wrong, because if I take G in this position, it should be J, G, B, but this is blocked by F, so G cannot come here. If I take G in this position, then this should be J, G, B, but B cannot come here because this is blocked by C, so G cannot come here as well. So the only two positions which are possible for G are also becoming impossible now. So case 2 also is wrong. So now 1A has to be correct. 1A has to be correct. Try now. Yeah, 1A has to be correct. See, G dash is ruled out. Why? Because G's neighbor should be J. If you take G in G dash position, this side we have Sambha, this side we have Ramlal. There is no possibility for J. So G cannot come here. G has to come here. Now if this is G, what do we know? It should be B, G, J. J cannot come this side because it's Thakur, so A should be playing the role of J. And then this becomes B. You see, that point is fixed. G is between B and J. Between B and J. So this point is also used. So now since only 1A is the possible case, let's fill up the gaps. This should complete it now. Right? Now who is left out? We have fixed B also, and we have fixed G. So the only person left out is C, and C has to come in this position. Done. So with respect to persons, it is done. A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Only roles are left out. So find out about roles. G was exactly between B and J is done. F acted as Sambha and his neighbor acted as Veeru. F acted as Sambha and his neighbor acted as Veeru. F is Sambha, neighbor is Veeru. So it can be C or D. Veeru can either be C or D. Okay, but the one who acted as Veeru was second to the right of the one who acted as Gabbar. Veeru was second to the right of the one who acted as Gabbar. So understand, Veeru should either be C or D. Right? You understand? This is, let's say, Veeru, VR, or this is Veeru, VR dash. Veeru should be one of these two. Now I know that Veeru was second to the right of Gabbar. Veeru was second to the right of Gabbar. If Veeru was second to the right of Gabbar, Gabbar was second to the left of Veeru. All the persons are facing center, right? If Veeru was second to right of Gabbar, Gabbar was second to the left of Veeru. Second to the left of Veeru. So let's say Veeru is this position. Gabbar should be second to the left of Veeru. First and second. Gabbar should come here. But the problem here is, if you take Gabbar in this position, what happens? These are the only two positions possible for Basanti. But in one place you have taken Veeru, in the other place you have taken Gabbar. So where should Basanti come? Basanti cannot come, which means Gabbar cannot come here and Veeru cannot come here. Are you able to follow? That means definitely Veeru is this. If Veeru is this, then Gabbar should be, I think, D, because Veeru was second to the right of Gabbar, Gabbar was second to the left of Veeru. Second to the left of Veeru, Gabbar comes here. Done. So let me just clear the unwanted stuff so that it makes clear. This is Gabbar, Gabbar cannot come here anyway, and this VR is Veeru. Fix it. Right, and now I know that since D is Gabbar, G has to be Basanti. Why G has to be Basanti? Because Basanti is a neighbor of A. So this neighbor is Gabbar, this neighbor has to be Basanti. So this also is done now, whatever confusion we had. Then all the roles are also done, right? Only Mausi is left out and E has to play the role of Mausi. So if I read out the final answer, which is here in the green box, this is what we get. Starting from I think B, who plays the role of Thakur. In the clockwise direction we have E Mausi, H Ramlal, C Veeru, F Sambha, D Gabbar, A Jay and G Basanti. And let me also tell you the best way to solve this question in the exam